there are 32 gods sitting on your tongue. You're always anxiety prone. You're always fearful. The Vani becomes a Van, which is an arrow, if you don't use it right.
What does the relationship looks like?
So you can program Vata, Pitta, Kapha too, depending upon how you growing up.
I'm sitting here getting goosebumps understanding these concepts. The way you argue with your partner has nothing to do with the argument. It is the biology, the body composition, the composition you are made of. This is the truth that we are going to uncover today.
So, one time I heard from a very saintly fellow that your tongue is the responsible for our speech. Okay. And so we call in Sanskrit Vani. But he said the Vani becomes a Van, which is an arrow, if you don't use it right.
That's such deep meaning, sir.
Yes. And he put it another different very way. He said, there are 32 gods sitting on your tongue. And they are watching it very closely. That how we should say a word. There are ways of saying the same word which can make you feel good. Same word can hurt you, the way you say it.
Yeah. Let's start with the relationship. How do a relationship of a body that is kapha high or a kapha low looks like? What are the symptoms? What does the body look like?
Before we go for that, I will just reframe it a little bit. And so we are all born with a particular kind of hardware.
Okay.
And that we get from our parents,
The
mother,
lineage,
father.
genes.
Yes. And so they donate their genetic materials to us. And then on top of it, your upbringing, even your extended family. In older families, grandparents used to live with uncle and aunts used to live
Yeah, there was
together.
such a big joint family concept.
And they were all taking care of shaping your character. Then you go to school, it shapes your character. So in Ayurvedically, we are based on 5 elements: ether, air, fire, water, and earth. So these 5 elements are making up you. Everything in this universe is made of these things, including me and you.
Panch Vibhushan.
Panch Mahabhut.
Mahabhut. Okay.
Panch Mahabhut. Yeah. So when you are dominantly air and your ether, which is Akasha, or the space.
Sky.
Okay. So that is air dominant. So what is the character of air? Just think about it. Air is moving.
It's light. It's moving.
Moving.
Constantly in the motion.
So when you're dominantly Vata, that's what you're going to be. Your thought process will be like that too. So it is not a fiction size, it's a real size. So now when you check the pulse and you say, okay, your Vata is high, you are going through that. And when you have those characteristics, your skin will be dry. Your intestines can be sluggish because not moving properly. You can have a menstrual cramp and you become very excited very quickly and then drop down very quickly. You're always anxiety prone. You're always fearful.
I'm sitting here getting goosebumps understanding these concepts, sir.
Yeah. And so but also there is another part. So this is your body type. Now you are writing a software on it. This is your software. So your software runs most of the time. So what kind of parenting you got? If your mother or father are always angry, always yelling at you, what do you program yourself? Yelling is easy. Yelling is normal. There's nothing wrong with it. So that is also programming. So you can program Vata, Pitta, Kapha too, depending upon how you growing up. But if you're Vata, now you have a more Vata prone issues. Your family comes into financial crisis, or your family run into some death of the near one. Like in my mother's case, she lost her father when she was only 10 years old. So all her life, she was very fearful because the loss.
Someone.
Exactly, loss of the stuff. So that also get right on you. So now you have to understand where you are. If you're Pitta, you're very organized, go-getter, overachiever, but also on the hot side, heating side. So your digestive system can be easily tripped.
when Pitta is high.
Pitta is, because you eat some spicy food, drink some coffee, you drink some alcohol, you eat some fried food, your digestive system goes for a
because
toss.
you're always on the fire and you just add fuel to it.
Fire on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, you got no problematic. If you're a Kapha, you can handle those type because you have a cool nature, you have a cold as your characteristic. You can handle that. But the Pitta is also frustrated, angry, irritable, easy, small fuses on it. So same thing you can say to Kapha will be, okay, I'm cool, chill, no problem. But Pitta, he will just go like a soda water. He will just bubble up, Although they come quiet down after some time, but they will first reaction is very fast. So if you understand what constitution your partner is a Kapha. Kapha is a chill, okay. Take it easy, no problem. It will happen. The Vata will get irritated and will be anxious and fear prone. Pitta will be irritable and angry prone. And the Kapha, they have a issue too. Kapha get attached. Too attached.
Emotionally attached.
They have a hard time letting it go. And so that's also a problem. So like in our culture, we talk about one of these all are, doshas of the manas or mind. If you're anxiety prone, that's one of the biggest thing we should all conquer. Anger, okay, attachment. And if you let these things go, then you are coming above these emotions and mental and the physical.
And then you are at peace, trying to understand the relation, what's actually going on.
You can see the real color of that person. Otherwise, you're not seeing the real color.
I was about to come. In Indian culture, we generally match Kundali. I think we should match our Vata, Pitta before we go into the marriage thing. So this, does it come by birth, or is it that something we acquire? Can we predict it?
Yeah. So yes, one thing is as we said earlier, that your parents are the biggest donor of your constitution. Then the environment, then the food habits.
Okay.
If you're eating like a food which are very dry, you will naturally become more Vata. So the Vata people will have more problem in winter because the winter is dry weather.
Yeah.
The skin they can show up in the skin very quickly. Pitta people will have more problem in heat, in a hot weather. Kapha people will have more problem in a cold weather. So again, depending upon what kind of constitution you have, you all see that some people see a snow and say, oh my God, snow. And so other person says, my God, it's time to ski.
Yeah.
He goes out and plays in the snow and enjoy it. So everyone is different. If Vata people see some kind of activity, he get very attracted to that. So they love to dance. They love activity. Vata, see, what is the characteristic of Vata? Vata is moving all the time. Movement is the effect. Kapha is slow. So they will match very nicely.
Oh, the ideal pair is Vata and the Kapha.
Yeah, they will match because this is okay. And the Vata is irritable easily. Sorry, the anxiety prone, fear prone. Kapha is a chill guy. So they will match. They will have lesser issues in their relationship. But if you combine with the Pitta, who's angry, frustrated,
Vata and Pitta,
now they will be fighting more. Because one is anxious prone, fear prone, one is anger prone, and irritability prone. So Pitta and Kapha can match too, because Pitta is again anger, but Kapha is a cool, chill kind of, so they can match. So again, it makes a difference. Or at least understanding of what personality you are having. Like I'm a very dominantly Pitta, so can easily go into little fuse off, and my wife kind of understands it. So we have made that goal that we're not going to talk over each other. Calm down. The next, I think I was just giving the example that I love to exercise. I love hiking. I love going out.
Your favorite example.
And so I used to kind of pester her, darling, let's go for exercise. And she will say no. And I get angry because my Pitta, Pitta will come out. And I will sometimes slash out some word which I should not. But it went on for 10 years. After 10 years, I think something hit my head. It says, stop pestering her. And I did not tell her that, no, I will go to the exercise. I will call her, say, do you want to go? She said, no, I'm not want to go today. So fine. So I will stop yelling. I stop making
You didn't pursue her to come along.
After 3 months, says, I want to come and exercise. And when I stopped pushing her, she entered into the thing which I wanted to do. So you need to understand, and she is also Pitta too dominantly. So Pitta clashes with Pitta, fire clashes with fire. So if I calm down and I let her say, come in, it exactly the thing got solved.
I think you know the logic behind the body composition that might have helped you build this relationship around Rekha ma'am. Sir, these are the 3 predominant doshas. What happens when these doshas clash with each other?
So as I said, Vata is more anxiety and fear prone. So what do you need to do for when you're anxious? Assurance, reassurance. And sometimes you have to face the anxiety. There are lots of methods out there how to deal with anxiety and fear. So they teach you that you want to imagine the worst scenario, and then track back from there. And you relive that moment. So like if you have fear of height, you will never let that fear of height go until you try 1 step, 2nd step, 3rd step, then 100 steps. So you have to reassure yourself. So for Vata, reassurance, they love hugging, cuddling, they love warmth, they love the warmth of a relationship. They love massage, by the way. If you have a Vata partner and you give them massage, they are in heaven. They just love it. So those are the simple tactics which everybody can do. You can do head massage because head is your nervous system. If you do Vata is nervous system. So you do little head warm oil massage like our grandma did, back home. You put some oil, that person is melting. It's just like the
calming down effect.
Now the Pitta is angry, fire, heat. So what do you do for fire? This is very common, like you have a heating argument going on and somebody goes run for cold water.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Actually calming it down. So providing some cool thoughts, cool wording rather than inflammatory wordings.
I get it.
Because now you use inflammation on it. So I tell my patient, the Pitta has a fireball in his hand and he throws at Swati. Swati get angry, she throws at me. We're going into a fire battle.
And we are burning our hands as well.
By hands, exactly. We are not letting it go. So somebody has to back up and say, okay, what is her or his logic? Why is she or he behaving the way she is? And it may not have to do anything what the argument is about. It is something their kid has done or something in the office. That person is so stressed out. The last straw which broke the camel's back was our conversation, which created that futile anger burst. So when you start understanding that it's nothing to do with this or me, it is the overburden at office, or he may be going through some bad time. He may have a health issue.
Because anyways, the body is prone to anxiety, anger and tension.
We have a high blood pressure. People with hypertension tends to be more angry, more easily get angry. So, which is not good for them, but it's actually kind of created that kind of atmosphere for them. Now, if you have a Kapha person, he is sluggish. So the problem is you tell him 20 list, he do 2. Now you have a Pitta person with it. He's going to be putting big show of rage. Says, I told you to bring this. You only brought 2 things out of 20. So you need to understand the constitution too. And
sir, also, it's come naturally to you because you are a doctor. How do our listeners who are out there, who don't have access to you, can identify which body composition or which dosha is dominant in them?
So like Vata people will be on the move. They think very quickly, but then forget very quickly too.
Okay.
So that is one of the characteristics. They are anxiety and fear prone. So you can actually look at what kind of characteristic that person is have. Okay, and if they go for drive or aeroplane ride, they get dehydrated and constipated.
Okay.
Because this is the Vata. Pitta, very go-getter overachiever. He has not 24 hours. He wants to stretch 24 hours into 48 if he can. But unfortunately, nobody can. So he's always burning his candle at the both end. So you need to understand that. If you eat some spicy food, you start to have an issue with you're more dominantly pitta. If you drink coffee, you have a more digestive issue. You drink alcohol or wine, it bothers you. You're more pitta dominant. But certain diseases also does it, like a bug Helicobacter pylori, which is known to cause inflammation in your stomach lining, will make you that way too. So it's also situational. It's also your body type. So when you're in a fear mode, you're running on Vata mode.
Okay.
When you're in anxiety mode, you're running on a Vata mode. When you're angry mode, frustration mode, nothing is good enough, you're running on a Pitta mode. So you will need to understand. So your mind can be playing a game, your body is differently, but you can run yourself on your thought process. If you are sluggish, but a certain disease make you sluggish. Okay. So that means you have a Kapha prone constitution and you needed to do. So what we tell Kapha, go out for walk, go exercise, do weight training. You can have coffee. Pitta will have a hard time with coffee. You can maybe have a green tea. Vata people needs like a ginger tea. Coffee will give them jitters because it's like a lot of people who drink coffee, they say, God, my heart is starting to come out of my chest. But the Ayurvedic doctor who are trained, the real Ayurvedic doctor who are trained, they can check your pulse and tell you. That is a more accurate. And there is also rules for that. You should be empty stomach, first thing in the morning. So older doctors, Ayurvedic doctor, used to see patient only in the morning 7 to 11, and after that is done. No patient, no more patient, because they used to, their laboratory test was a pulse. And if the pulse is disturbed, the rest of the day, now you have a fight with your wife, and you come, your pitta will be high, and you said, okay, you have pitta issue, but it may be temporarily. So I think it's interesting that how we have evolved, as the lot of testing has come into it. But Ayurvedic doctors were looking at the tongue, pulse, urine color, poop color, skin color. There is actually very elaborate discussion on your skin and how your skin different colors will predict what kind of disease. Like very obvious when people have a jaundice.
I was about to come. Eyelids. They used to check the eyelids also. Even the nail color.
Exactly.
They used to pinch her and
so
check
those
the
are all
nail
part
color.
extension of the skin. So there is a detailed discussion about these skin colors in Ayurvedic medicine. Disease is a direction, not destiny. So is conflict. Body will whisper before it screams. And so does the relationships. Learn to listen to the dosha before you listen to the defense.
Disease-free living is a choice that you make today. Dr. Sodhi has already given you the pointers that you need to note down and send it to your partner, your work partner, or people around you to understand how does the relationship look like before getting into that heated argument. You don't need a partner who is exactly like you. You need to understand their basic nature, their body composition, and the relationship you are into. Disease-free living conversations drop every Wednesday. Stay tuned.